I knew it was coming. It was rumored, it was reported, it had been talked about for a while. The WWE finally officially let the cat out of the bag today, and thank God they did, because I couldn't take it anymore. They officially announced that not only is Hulk Hogan back, Jack, in the WWE, and not only is he going to be on next Monday's Raw, making it already looking to be like a truly awesome, epic show, but the Hulkster is coming back home to be the guest host of WrestleMania 30. Now, I know a lot of people are going to sit there and say, oh, he was in TNA and everybody hated him. Now he comes back to WWE and it's all good. All right, let's not even talk about that shit, because it's an entirely different thing, and you know goddamn good and well it is, period. Just accept it, okay? I get what you're saying, but you're not going to ruin this for me. To me, it wouldn't have felt right if Hogan wasn't involved with WrestleMania, a show that he is largely responsible for ever getting off the ground to begin with, along with Vince McMahon. A show that he helped make the international kind of phenomenon that it was. The sport, the art form that Hulk Hogan took and made an international conglomerate in the WWE. It only makes sense to me that on this 30th anniversary, WrestleMania 30, down there in New Orleans in April, that Hulk Hogan be involved in WrestleMania 30. Hulk Hogan is the reason to me why I became a professional wrestling fan to begin with. He's the reason for many years why I stayed a professional wrestling fan. And consequently, because of that, is still primarily the reason that I am a wrestling fan to this day. I'm glad that the WWE is giving some of us older fans a frickin' bone here. And they're throwing us something. They're saying for all the scenic garbage you got to put up with and all the other kiddie and childish PG crap sometimes you have to deal with, here's something, a blast from the past. Here's some nostalgia. Is he taking anybody's spot? No, not really. He's just a freaking guest host of WrestleMania 30. What's so fucking wrong with that? To me, it would be more criminal to have the biggest star in the history of the WWE and the biggest star in the history of professional wrestling not involved in the biggest event in the history of professional sports, WrestleMania. Especially WrestleMania 30, again, a show that he main evented so many times. The real original Mr. WrestleMania, along with Undertaker, the two real candidates, I feel, that you can argue as being the true, unquestioned Mr. WrestleMania. You have to have Hulk Hogan there. And I don't care. When he hits the ring, he hits the ramp, he comes out from backstage Monday on Raw, and I hear that music hit, hell yeah, I'm gonna pop. Hell fucking yeah, I'm gonna pop. It's Hogan, and he's back home, where he belongs, in the WWE. They're not talking about giving him a big-time featured match at WrestleMania 30, so shut up. They're not talking about giving him one last run with the title, so shut up. They're talking about using a guy and his name as a piece of the WrestleMania 30 pie and puzzle, if you will. Somebody to help draw some interest in the event. What is so wrong with that? Hulk Hogan himself, who is still far, 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 far more well-known than anybody on that freaking current active roster in the mainstream, having him involved with WrestleMania 30, if you were a businessman of any type of clout or weight, you would make sure that you found a way ultimately to get this done, and you would have Hulk Hogan involved in your event in some way, shape, or form, period. What a great country and world we live in. The fact that a guy with the sex tape is now hosting WrestleMania 30 for a company that has a PG product. That's fucking outstanding. Only one man could pull that shit off, and that one man is Hulk Hogan, brother. And let me tell you something. For all of you that want to make fun of Hogan, go ahead. You're not raining on my parade. For all of you that want to shit on Hogan and selectively pick at Hogan's legacy, go ahead. You're not changing his legacy in my mind. The greatest superstar in the history of the WWE, the greatest, most important, biggest superstar in the history of the professional wrestling business has now come home. And that is great to me. I don't care. Throw him out there in Chicago. See if the fans dare chant for CM Punk when Hogan's out there. Exactly. Remember, this is the same Hogan that at WrestleMania 18 you say all that shit you want about Canada and they love him there and this and that. He took The Rock, who was the most over babyface of the company at that time, and managed in one match to turn him from the biggest babyface into giving him the John Cena treatment from the crowd before the John Cena treatment was even invented and created. That's the greatness of Hogan. The guy who main evented WrestleMania 1. The guy who for so many years the success of that company was built on his hard work, his sweat, his blood, his effort, he's back home. And that means a lot to me as a Hulkamania. I'll always be a Hulkamaniac, and I'll never apologize for it. But I've got one question for you. Just one question for you. What you gonna do when the 24-inch pythons, the world's largest arms, back brace and all, are doing the training and saying the prayers and eating the vitamins and running wild all over New Orleans, New Louisiana, and the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in April, brother, at WrestleMania 30, brother? What you gonna do when Hulk Hogan guest hosts WrestleMania 30 all over you? You